Most before and after results don't tell the full story. You've probably seen the images, two photos side by side, a dramatic change, and a simple explanation. This product did it. But when it comes to supplements like CitrusBurn, the real question isn't just what changed, it's how it changed and what else was involved. This video takes a closer look at what before and after actually means in a practical sense. Instead of focusing on visual claims, we're going to break down what realistic progress looks like, what factors influence results, and how to interpret those transformations more carefully. The problem is that most people approach these comparisons with incomplete information. A before and after image creates a clear narrative, but it often removes context. You don't see daily routines, eating patterns, sleep quality, or consistency over time. Without that, it's easy to assume a direct cause and effect relationship that may not exist. This becomes even more complicated with metabolism-related products. Changes in weight, energy, or appetite are rarely driven by a single variable. They are usually the result of multiple small adjustments working together over time. So when someone looks at CitrusBurn results and expects the same outcome without understanding the process behind it, expectations can quickly become unrealistic. To understand this better, it helps to break the idea of before and after into three parts: baseline, process, and outcome. The baseline is where someone starts. This includes their current habits, energy levels, metabolism efficiency, and consistency with routines. Two people can start at very different baselines, even if they appear similar on the surface. The process is what happens daily. This includes not just taking a supplement but also how regularly it's used, what the person eats, how active they are, and how well they manage sleep and stress. These factors directly influence how the body responds over time. The outcome is the visible result, but by itself, it doesn't explain anything. Without the baseline and the process, the outcome is just an isolated snapshot. Now, where does CitrusBurn fit into this? From a structural perspective, CitrusBurn is designed to support metabolism-related functions like energy use and appetite control. That means its role, if effective, would be subtle and cumulative rather than immediate or dramatic. In practical terms, that could look like slightly improved energy during the day, reduced tendency to snack unnecessarily, or better consistency in daily habits. These are not dramatic changes on their own, but over time they can contribute to measurable differences. This is where many before and after misunderstandings happen. People often expect a direct, visible transformation caused by a single product. But in reality, the product, if it has an effect, works in the background, supporting small adjustments rather than creating instant change. Another important factor is time. Realistic progress doesn't usually happen in a short window. When you see before and after comparisons, the time frame is not always clear. Was it 2 weeks? 2 months? 6 months? That detail matters because it changes how you interpret the result. A gradual improvement over several months is very different from a rapid shift in a few weeks. And without that context, it's easy to misjudge what's actually achievable. Consistency also plays a major role. Taking something occasionally without a structured routine rarely produces meaningful results. On the other hand, consistent use combined with stable habits can create a more predictable outcome. This applies not just to supplements but to any long-term change. There's also the issue of variability. Not everyone responds the same way. Differences in metabolism, lifestyle, and starting point all influence results. That means even if two people follow a similar approach, their outcomes can still vary. So when evaluating before and after claims, it's more useful to ask, what was the baseline? What was the process? How long did it take? And what changed besides the product? These questions shift the focus from the image to the structure behind it. A key insight here is that visible results are usually the end of a process, not the proof of a single solution. When you understand that, the way you evaluate products like CitrusBurn becomes more grounded and realistic. Instead of asking, will this transform me? A better question is, how could this fit into a consistent system that supports gradual improvement? That shift in thinking makes a big difference. It reduces unrealistic expectations and helps you focus on what you can actually control: your routine, your consistency, and your ability to track small changes over time. In conclusion, before and after comparisons can be useful, but only when they are understood in context. Without that context, they can create misleading expectations and oversimplify a complex process. CitrusBurn, like many supplements, should be viewed as a supporting element rather than a standalone solution. Its potential value lies in how it fits into a structured approach, not in isolated visual outcomes. If you take anything from this, let it be this: real results are built through consistent actions, not single variables. And understanding the structure behind those results is more useful than focusing on the images alone. If you want to go deeper into how this works, check the description. There's a link where you can review the official details and see how the product is structured, so you can evaluate it with a clearer perspective. And if this kind of breakdown helps you think more critically about what you see online, consider subscribing. New videos focus on simplifying complex topics, so you can make more informed decisions without relying on surface-level claims.